If Mr. Siddharamaiah says, I don't have an objection in other texts, in the Gita being taught, well, then bring in other religious texts as well. And look at what is being stated by Prerna ji, that children will get converted if you start teaching other texts.
No, let me correct let me put the facts in place. When Suresh, the education minister, said that we have to make Bhagavad Gita as a compulsory subject within the school and all the educational levels, and that's when Siddaramaiah ji said, why just Bhagavad Gita? Why not even Quran and Bible? When people learn all the possible three holy scriptures, they would understand far better. Possibly they will have a greater understanding between the differences or the commonalities of the two. I have a strong objection to what Ms. Prerna is saying, that the Quran is filled with mischievous verses. I think she needs to go first, learn, understand, and then come back. Anybody who is studying Bhagavad Gita and propagating and basically तबलीग जिसको कहते हैं, सबको बढ़ाना, आगे बढ़ाना, ऐसे लोग ऐसी तरह की बात जब करते हैं तो यहाँ से गलती हो जाती है. हमें ये कहना है कि हमारी किताब में क्या अच्छाई है, भगवत गीता में क्या अच्छाई है.
नहीं, वो सीधे कह रही हैं, निजाम साहब, निजाम भाई वो सीधे कह रही हैं कि आप गीता पढ़ाएंगे,
उनकी बात
आपको
गीता सब्सक्राइब नहीं करता हूं.
वो कह रही हैं कि साहब आपको गीता तो वो कह रही हैं कि धार्मिक टेक्स्ट ही नहीं है.
सिर्फ आपको भगवत गीता, एक मिनट भूपेंद्र साहब, एक मिनट दे दीजिए मुझे, एक मिनट, एक सेकेंड. जब वो कहते हैं कि जब सिर्फ आप भगवत गीता को फॉर्मुलाइज करके और कंपलसरी करना चाहते हैं, तो उन्होंने कहा कि कुरान और बाइबल को क्यों नहीं. बस इतना है. हमने
नहीं, लेकिन वो तो कह रही है ना कि कुरान और बाइबल को इससे नहीं, चूंकि लोग कन्वर्ट हो जाएंगे. बट निजाम फौजदार, प्रेरणा इज मेकिंग इट वेरी क्लियर, इफ यू टीच स्टूडेंट्स टीचिंग फ्रॉम कुरान or Bible, she says people will start getting converted, so don't teach them.
Are you afraid? Is she afraid?
Prerna, on what basis do you say, Prerna? On what basis you say that people will start getting converted?
And don't assume this. No. Why should we be afraid? We are just afraid that our children will not be safe learning something which propagates hate against other co-religionists or other co-citizens, I mean. Other citizens of this nation.
You're saying Quran preaches hatred?
To learn
are you saying
values.
Okay, let me put it straight. Are you saying, Prerna, are you saying that Quran preaches hatred
against kafirs? People who don't believe in Allah. The Kalma itself says Allah is the greatest and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is his messenger. The basics of Quran is this.
Nizam?
So if I'm sending my Hindu child over there,
Nizam,
and my Hindu child comes,
respond, Nizam.
I have. The last verse, some of the last verses of the Quran also says, "Lakum dinakum waliya din." आपका ईमान आपके साथ, मेरा ईमान आपके साथ. सिर्फ आप अपने रब पे यकीन करिए. आप मुझे अल्लाह हो सकते हैं, इनके लिए राम हो सकते हैं, किसी के लिए जीसस हो सकते हैं, किसी के लिए मोसेस हो सकते हैं. लकुम दीनकुम वलिय दीन. अपने ईमान पे बने रहिए. तो why are you trying to dissect every sentence, every word, and trying to say that we are against you or you are against us? This modern age world does not want to listen to this. I appeal to the people of this country and to the world that please propagate love. Please say हम लोग मोहब्बत में जिएंगे, मोहब्बत में मरेंगे. ये कहां तक आप नफरत को बढ़ाएंगे बताइएगा. आप कितने दिन रो पाएंगे आप बताइएगा. कुछ सदियों तक रह सकते हैं.
Prerna's a response, and then I want to go to all our viewers who are listening in on Twitter Spaces. Yes, Prerna ji.
Prerna ji,
it's not a topic of frivolous politics where Congress comes and tries to play religious politics. This is a matter of the future of our children. This is about the future of our children. It's not a political issue. It's not Congress versus BJP or whichever party these people represent. It's about the future of our children.
Okay.
This is about their moral values and their education.
Okay. Can I just go to this is the only platform.
Keep happening over and over again.
पार्टी और गवर्नमेंट बात में आएगी. आप पहले अपनी आस्था को सही कर लीजिए.
अच्छा, ऐसा है कि let's not digress. Let's not digress. We're talking about future. We're talking about education. We're talking about religion. We're talking about future of our children. Please, let's show some sanity. This is the only platform where on a daily basis I just switch on my Twitter Spaces and we ensure that all our listeners who are hearing this broadcast right now live on Twitter Spaces get a chance to speak their mind out because I like to toss the mic around. So let's welcome our first listener on our Twitter Spaces, Sahil G, Advocate Sahil Goswami, joining us live right now via Twitter Spaces. So Sahil, good evening, welcome. Tell me, where are you from, Sahil, and what do you make out of this? Do you think it's right to teach Gita, but wrong to think in terms of teaching other religions, other holy scriptures in school? Yes, I can hear you, Sahil. Go ahead, go ahead. Okay. We'll try. We'll just try. We'll just try and fix that. I can hear you on my Twitter audio, but I think that we're just struggling to push that audio through via television. So let me come back to Rajshekhar ji on this one. Rajshekhar, how does one look at this entire story, Rajshekhar? You know, there are a lot of people who've joined in who may want to know whether this is also nothing else but an attempt somehow being made to create some kind of a surcharged environment. You know, is that the attempt here at play here right now?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong in teaching Bhagavad Gita, as Ms. Prerna has said. It's adopted as a management book in many institutions across the world, not just in India. The point here is that should it be imposed on other religious students? That is a bone of contention. Should we teach Bhagavad Gita? Would other religious students who refuse to even take off their hijab accept such a proposal? So it will create unnecessary controversy. We have been attending religious and moral classes in our school days also. Even in college where I studied, one of the leading Christian missionaries colleges, the Bible classes were there, and it was compulsory for Christian students, not for others. Not many Christian students attended either, but it was there for them. So if there is that kind of moral values be taught in schools, nothing wrong. We see a lot of management books across the globe. The best-selling books that we hear and read about are all filled with biblical examples.
Okay.
So when Bhagavad Gita is also applied to these kind of management issues.
Well, let me once again go back to Twitter Spaces. Let me just once again go back to Twitter Spaces. There's Sachin Londe is live with us, and he's been a part of many of our broadcasts. So Sachin, good evening, welcome. If you can hear me loud and clear, Sachin, you can unmute yourself, and you tell me, Sachin, what do you make out of this entire debate? Do you think, Sachin, this is an attempt being made somehow to create, some kind of a polarized environment, or do you think, why should we even be objecting, Sachin? Why should this question be raised? Should you just be teaching Gita, or should we be teaching something else, Sachin? Just unmute yourself and speak, Sachin.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Sachin. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Sir, I want to say that just sorry, sir, I can't. Hello.
Go ahead. I can hear you, Sachin. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Say that we just sorry, sir, I can't.
Okay, I think there's an audio problem with you, Sachin. All right. May I just request all of you who are joining live on Twitter Spaces, you guys, when I give you the mic, you need to come up with a cogent viewpoint. And if you have a cogent viewpoint, I'd love to hear from you. There's someone else who's joining in as well. There is someone who goes by the name of Age 18. Okay, Age at the score 18. You tell me. A book by Santosh Dubey is what is your Twitter profile. You tell me. What do you make out of this question? Bhagavad Gita versus this Quran and Bible debate. Tell me your name firstly.
My name is Santosh Kumar Dubey, and I want to convey that Bhagavad Gita is not only a holy book of India, but it's enrooted with our culture. Santosh Kumar Dubey, and I want to convey that we are all Bhagavad Gita is not only not only matter whatever religion you are, whatever religion be considered as kafir as per Quran, and as per Bible he will be considered as an atheist. So don't you think there is a they are trying to divide us. They are trying to create borders between us.
So what do you think? You think that it's all right to teach to live with the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, but wrong for those to be suggesting that if you're teaching Bhagavad Gita, then you may as well start teaching Bible and Quran as well?
Yes. If as per the education of India, as per the culture of India, teaching Bhagavad Gita is not at all wrong.
All right. No, that's fair. I'm not debating that. I'm saying that if you are teaching Bhagavad Gita, then this demand which is being made that, well, why just the Bhagavad Gita? You teach, you deal with the teachings of other religions as well. Should you be dealing with other religions as well in school curriculum is my question.
Are you going to follow Indian culture, or are you going to implement any other culture in our country? Tell me first that one thing.
Okay.
As an Indian,
How do you define Indian culture then? I'll ask you that. Is there a definition of Indian culture in Indian Constitution?
Yes, there is a definition.
Which is?
Our Indian culture is rooted with the Sanatana Dharma.
Is rooted in the Sanatan Dharma.
Yes.
No, is that your interpretation? I mean, where that's where facts sometimes end up getting twisted. They end up getting mixed.
Swami Vivekananda said that "Gar se kaho hum Hindu hain, we are Hindu."
No, that's all right. No, that's again. I'm with you. Everybody is right to practice their faith. But when you say constitution, I'll go by the legalities of it. But Nizam Faujdar, Nizam, when you look at arguments like these which are made, and there are a whole range of people who may make a similar argument, Nizam, that let's deal with Indian constitution. In Indian constitution is Indian culture. In Indian culture is what you just heard, right? Do you think that narrative, when it gets mixed up with party-based politics, does a Congress not end up coming across as second best?
Oh, we should, भूपेंद्र साहब, मैं हाथ जोड़ के हमारे देश के लोगों से ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हमें अपनी शिक्षा का जो सिस्टम है उसको रिलीजियस रखना चाहिए. जब हम किसी एजुकेशनल सिस्टम में रिलीजन को लाते हैं तो वाद विवाद होने लगते हैं. तो अगर हम देश को एक सुपर पावर बनाना चाहते हैं, जैसे सदियों से चला आ रहा है, जैसे देश में सदियों से चला आ रहा है कि हम एक दूसरे के साथ अमन और प्यार से रहते आए हैं, ऐसे ही चलता रहे. अगर हम जब हम we want to bring the flavors of the religion, then everybody will have an opinion. One caste or one religion or one group of people may have some issues, and that's when the debate begins. I think we should have our astha deep into our hearts and believe in the God that He gives us, कि हमारे दिल में, दिमाग में और हमारे आत्मा में एक अच्छी भावना, एक अच्छी इंसानियत दे. सिर्फ इतनी दुआ कर ले और अपनी पढ़ाई करें, इंजीनियरिंग करें, मेडिकल करें, IAS करें, जो भी पढ़ना है पढ़े और इस देश की तरक्की के लिए काम करें. अगर हम डिबेट पे चले जाएंगे कि भगवत गीता सही है, कुरान सही है, बाइबल सही है, 7 कमांडमेंट सही है या जो भी है ना, तब विवाद शुरू होने लगते हैं, लोग इस पे डिबेट करने लगते हैं. मैं समझता हूं कि गवर्नमेंट को इस सिस्टम से रिलीजन को दूर रखना चाहिए. रिलीजन अपनी आस्था है, हमें अपनी आस्था को प्रैक्टिस करने दीजिए और एजुकेशन को एक नॉर्मल न्यूट्रल तरीके से चलाना चाहिए. ये मिनिस्टर आके कहेंगे कि हम ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे, ये गवर्नमेंट आएगी, वो कर देगी. बीजेपी हमेशा गवर्नमेंट में रहने वाली नहीं है. बीजेपी का भी विभाजन
वो तो ठीक बात है, वो तो आज कांग्रेस का विभाजन हो रहा है, कल को किसका विभाजन होगा क्या पता. बट जीनत शौकत अली